Hi! You can call me Wretched, and this is Library of RUINA. Today we have several options. The first of which is to continue our realizations. The second is we could do some general invites, because I know that we finally opened up the Star of the City, but I don't know if I want to do this just yet until I absolutely have to. I want to try to get as many of those realizations done. That way I can check those off, and then I'll have multiple different floors that I can use for those fights. The other thing is I was told I could click on this and something cool would happen. I didn't realize that was interactable. I thought the whole floor was just like boxed out, so there was nothing I could do. Hopefully this doesn't like start something crazy. Otherwise it should say yes or no. Do you want to do this?
뭐? 이제 그런 건 아무래도 상관없어.
생각보다 태연하구나.
껄끄럽긴 하지만 너도 나와 같은 처지니까. 포드, 당당히 있어. 뭘 그렇게 주눅이 들었선.
Oh, she's shrinking away. Is it because you remember how terrifying Bina is?
저 사람은 과거의 그 사람이 아니야. 미래를 장담할 수는 없어도 당분간은 우리에게 해를 주지 않을 거고.
그렇지. 미안해, 개불아.
Oh, she is terrified of Bina. I'm terrified of Bina too, don't you worry. Bina scares me, and she can't do anything bad to me because I'm on this side of the screen. But all of the things that we know about her, and the fact that Roland is freaked out by her, it terrifies me. Because Roland hasn't been freaked out.
흥미롭구나. 저 모습이 가여워 더 농을 던져볼까 싶지만 게브라의 말대로 난 더는 그 존재가 아니지.
Wow, that's huge. Because Bina could easily just like lunged at her or like threatened her somehow. Especially with that evil like stare that she has. I've seen it. I've seen her do it. She has a look that could freeze water just by looking at it.
끝난 듯하면서도 다시 생동하는 것이 아예 다른 존재인 것도 아니지만 말이야. 허나 더는 너희에게 해를 끼칠 수 없는 존재가 되었다는데.
Oh.
네 눈의 두려움은 여전하구나.
Is that a problem? Is she concerned that they're fearful of her? Isn't that just natural? I'm just interested to see what she's gonna say next.
아이야, 무엇이 그리 두렵니? 이제는 같은 처지에 놓였는데.
That's true. They all are in this together. Not one of them is in better standing than anyone else. I do know that Bina has the potential to become something extremely powerful, especially with the power of the library backing her. But so does Gabora. They were on like even playing field. And I dare say Gabora may have even been stronger back in her heyday, because Bina basically said that Gabora was exhausted by the time that they fought, because she had already taken down some of the claws or whatever, the people that she had brought with her. Gabora had already gone through all of them and then had to fight Bina. And then it came out to be a draw. They both dropped dead together. So honestly, the Red Mist terrifies me way more, but I'm not as scared of her because she was on our team. Bina was never on our team, and she has no qualms about ripping and shredding anyone who gets in her way apart. That attitude of hers is probably the most terrifying. The nonchalantness with which that she can take another's life. Now, that's not to say we haven't been running into those people, because it's the city after all, and she belongs to it. But she was never really on our side until right now. But she feels very calm, very almost nurturing, almost loving. But I have to remember that she's also highly intelligent. So maybe she's doing this with the understanding that there is no reason to fight right now. But if she is given a reason, she'll do it. Hands down. She will fight tooth and nail if she is given a purpose for it. And that is what I think terrifies... Well, maybe it doesn't terrify Had, but that terrifies me. Because that means that she's just a mercenary. Whoever has the best offer, that's where she's going.
그냥 이렇게 마주 앉아 이야기를 나누는 건 처음인 것 같아서 떨렸을 뿐이에요.
Really? I guess, right? Because they're in completely different departments. They really wouldn't have had the opportunity to mingle. Well, they did talk face to face a couple times, but that was from opposite sides. Binna was standing behind Angela, and Had was standing behind Malkuth and Benjamin and all of the others. And they were just facing each other down, like, do not turn off the light. No, I'm going to turn off the light. So that was the best conversation they had. This really probably is the first time that they can actually talk about just mundane things.
염려마렴. 너희를 부른 건 그저 차를 함께 마시고 싶었을 뿐이란다.
Is this girl talk? That'd be awesome. I would love to see that, actually. Just them chilling, just sitting, drinking some tea, having an awesome conversation. But why Had specifically? I understand Gabora. This could be a whole, like, gonna, what's the term? Bury the hatchet or whatever. They'll put all the fighting behind them. All of the fighting that they've done 2 times now. The first time when Binna and Gabora offed each other, and the second time when they had to stare each other down and fist fight with one another over the light. So I could understand Gabora. What is it about Had? Now this is just a hypothesis, this is just a theory, but what if this is Binna's opportunity to put Had at ease? Saying, listen, we sort of already knew that laboratory existed. It was out there. We were going for it. You didn't do this. You shouldn't blame yourself. If that happens, even if Binna's lying, that could totally change Had's view of this entire situation, and she could be so much happier. If that's what this is about to be, I'm going to just be giggling like a little schoolgirl. But it could also end pretty badly too. Because we have to remember, if I'm remembering right, Had is the one that went and tattled because she was afraid of all the horrible things the laboratory was doing. And Binna was the result of that. So these two being face to face could trigger Had a little bit.
차가 식기 전에 드는 게 어떠니? 향이 따뜻하고 좋을 때 마시는 게 좋아.
홍차의 수색이 많네요. 살짝 달콤한 맛도 나고.
레몬과 꿀을 좀 넣어봤단다. 특별히 준비했지.
That's so sweet.
꿀의 향이 전혀 안 나서 설탕을 넣은 줄 알았어요.
꿀의 향이 나지 않는 건 홍차와 만나며 향이 다 날아가기 때문이란다.
Oh. See, I didn't know that. I normally, when I drink tea, I don't drink tea a lot, but when I do, it's usually just whatever the tea is. Because I really didn't think too much about doctoring it up all that much. I guess I do drink sweet tea sometimes, so obviously you can add sugar to it. I never once thought about lemon and honey, though. That sounds delicious.
설탕은 많이 넣을수록 텁텁해지지. 개인의 취향이겠지만 말이야.
나쁘지 않아.
그거 아니? 홍차는 지역에 따라 다르게 부른단다.
I didn't. I didn't realize we were going to get a history lesson on tea today. I'm not mad at it. I'm interested. Go for it.
들어본 적 있어요. 찻잎의 색을 보고 흑차라고 부르기도 하고 우러나온 차의 색을 보고 홍차라고 부르기도 한다고요.
See, and I didn't know this. I was expecting more horrors, like of humanity and realizing how miserable people really are. This is nice. Because I always wondered, why do they call it black tea? I didn't know it had something to do with the leaves. Because I always thought, well, the leaves are green and the drink is red. It would make sense to me that it's called red tea. But I didn't know people called it red tea. I've heard of green tea. Green tea totally made sense in my brain. Totally. But I guess it must be when they dry the leaves out, they turn a black color. And that's why it's called black tea? That's really cool.
본질에 중점을 두는 것과 결과를 중요히 여기는 것의 차이겠지.
그렇게 생각할 수도 있겠구나. 그래서 너희는 이 차의 이름을 어떻게 부르고 싶니?
그게 뭐가 중요해? 입에 붙은 대로 부르는 거지.
네가 그렇다면 그런 것이겠지. 너희와 나누는 대화는 꽤 즐겁구나. 차의 향이 떠오른다면 다음에 또 찾아오렴.
Is that it? If I click this button, does it end? This is what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. Just them talking. No one got ripped apart. Everyone just kind of chatting. But I get this weird feeling that there was something more to this. Now, it could just be simple like, okay, I need to bridge the gap here. We need to be friends. One day, not today, but one day, we could. And tea is going to be the thing that links us together because Bina really likes tea and it's something that they can all sort of talk about. But it also feels like she was fishing for answers. So this whole talk about which do you want to call the tea? Is it black tea because that's the traditional thing and it's all about the leaves? So you can call something by the name that fits it before it turns into the thing that it ultimately turns into. Let's say their names, because each one of them had a name before. You can call all of them by the names that they were given. Or you can call them by their new names from lobotomy. Bina and Had and Gabora. And that might be where this is going. It might be a metaphor for their real name is black tea. And their new name is red tea. It's the product. And depending on what someone would call something, sort of tells you a little bit about what's going on in their head. And it definitely shows us a little bit about each character. Like specifically Gabora. Gabora said, just call it whatever you're used to calling it. In other words, she doesn't care about tradition or the outcome of something. She just cares about how things feel in the moment. And that speaks volumes about how she, as a character, would then tend to live in the moment. It doesn't matter what happened in the past, and the future doesn't matter at all. It's right now. And that's awesome. That's kind of extremely healthy, and it goes to show that she's a very confident person. Bina didn't answer the question, so that doesn't tell me anything about Bina. And Had was reluctant to really answer the question. So that sort of shows how timid that she is too. I know I'm like reaching, and this is probably going a little bit overboard about just a simple conversation about tea, but it is fascinating because we very rarely get these moments of just calm. And I love this. I'm going to click the button, and it's probably just going to shift off to the next scene. Yep, that's what I thought. Wow. Now, it may seem weird because it was just a talk about tea, but to me, that was so cool. I went through and double-checked all the different key pages and their different combat pages. I wanted to make sure that we were ready for this, because I remember I got 2 extra lights or whatever that I could spend. So I finally did that, because I completely forgot about that. Now I'm ready for the RUINA fight. I know I remember that being an abnormality, but I don't remember what it was or what it did. Oh, that's right. It's the one that turns into a big giraffe, I think, if I remember right. The aroma is as strong as ever. Did it smell weird? I don't remember it smell. Oh, that's like the scent of the pollen, right? Oh, I get allergies. This would be horrible. I would just die from being in this room. I wouldn't be able to breathe. Its weapon used to give off the same smell too. That's awful. Where's the deep forest supposed to be? The deep forest? No, is this going to be bird? They wouldn't put bird as one of the starter lower floors, right? The giant bird, that should be like the Keter finale or whatever the final finale is. That should be the giant monstrous bird or the White Knight. They were both horrific, horrible things that were almost impossible to deal with. And then Netzak says, maybe we'll need something that can understand that thing. How? How are you going to understand this? But now, what does the red text say? The bloom of fragrant flowers accompanied the magnificent beginning of my descent? Descent into madness? Is that what it said? The magnificent beginning of my descent into despair. A little bit different. Pretty close. If you can smell the scent that will not go away, you must be standing in the same forest as I. Was this in the same deep, dark woods that the birds was in? And what is the deep, dark forest? There's a book, and I think the book is all about like descent into madness and peering at the human condition too. If I remember right, boy, I really wish I remember what the title of that book was though. But I think that's sort of what the jungle or the forest is supposed to reference. And is this thing from there? Is it part of it? Let's see what kind of passives this thing has. And if I can, I want to try to remember how to do this fight, because I always think to myself, boy, I wish I remember how I did this fight when we have to fight it again right after this. Breathless Atonement. The abnormality only takes damage from the librarian with the Laurel Wreath status. I don't see anyone that's got Laurel Wreath status. Can you give someone that, please? Or maybe I don't want you to. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Blossoming Fragrance. This character's attacks only deal stagger damage to librarians. If a librarian becomes staggered, they are instantly killed, and one who emerged from the earth is spawned next scene. Oh! So we have to clash and win. I have to clash and win. I can't afford to lose clashes, otherwise they're going to get staggered and they're going to die. I probably should fix this so we don't get staggered. I can put, is it Mind Hauler? I can put Mind Hauler on everyone. If I need to. I might not need to. We might be able to just strong arm this one a little bit. Tears of Petals. Upon becoming staggered, lose 40 HP and remove all petals at the start of the next scene. In addition, all librarians recover 50% of their max stagger resist. Oh, thank God. Because after a while, if you don't have a way to heal stagger resistance, you just lose. You will just lose stagger. And then we'll just die. Dull Fashioned from Earth. Takes no damage from burn or bleed. My whole build is burn and bleed. What do these things do? What do these little puppets do? One who emerged from the earth. Oh, this is one of those things that we become if we die. To the earth whence I come. This character dies upon becoming staggered. Blossoming Fragrance. This character attacks only deal stagger damage to librarians. If a librarian... Okay, that's the same. And then Dull Fashioned from Earth. Takes no damage from burn or bleed. Okay, I see how this is going to work. I just have to do stagger damage to things. Did I lose all of that? Or did she just straight up not take any damage? Even stagger damage. Okay, cool. That's really close. That one should get finished off then. And that one should get finished off. Oh no, we can do stagger damage. It's just not damage. Or maybe because they already had the wreath then. Good news. No one's staggered, and we should be able to finish up at least these front two and then hit these back two. Everyone's going pretty slow. Whoa, what is... Inflict one aroma next scene. What does aroma do? It doesn't describe it. Again, I don't know what aroma does, but I'll be interested to see it. Also, thank you to whoever let me know that the order in which I play pages matters. So I don't actually use lights at the beginning of a scene until I use the page, which means that there's times that I was trying to gain lights when I had full lights, but then I'd use expensive cards, and that's why I didn't have full lights at the end of the scene, even though like the calculations didn't make sense in my head. I just assumed I did them wrong. But it wasn't that I was doing that wrong, it was that I was using the pages after I had already tried to recover lights. That was my problem. Now that I know that, I want to put the expensive cards faster than the non-expensive cards. That way I spend the lights and then get them all back. What does aroma do? At the start of the scene, take one stagger damage and have the stack. Well, that stinks. That's like bleed or burn, I guess, because it just happens. And if we roll pretty well, we can do some pretty sizable damage. That's a good shot. There, that one's dead. The aroma won't go away. Yeah, that's going to be on you for a long time. It's going to be one of those really strong perfumes that just will never go away. Keep hitting. I should be able to bring at least two of them down. Darn it! Just two stagger left. 11 on this one. I just need to drop these front two. And maybe win a couple of these clashes. That would be great too. That's... Oh, is that long range? Is that why that keeps happening? I understand now. I figured it out. That's why we don't hit them right away. Nice. That one's gone. Now that one should also be gone. Yes. And we actually won with a deflect, so I guess that works. We still use the card, though, so I still get the benefit of it. I think she got staggered again. Laughing Powder. This is perfect, because when hit, recover 2 to 4 stagger resist if the character isn't staggered. And if they stagger, they die anyway, so it's not a big deal. And with a little bit of luck, we can do some major damage to her this turn. We beat that one, which means that she's staggered. She is, I guess, technically taking fatal damage, even though she's not taking any damage. I guess it's true then that she can only take damage from the one that has the wreath on their head. So there's no reason for me to use anyone other than Netzach to attack. Unless I pull all of... That's what I can do. I can clash with other people in order to pull this damage off. And then Netzach has like a free shot on her every time. They'll pull all that damage. She won't take any damage, but none of that is going to Netzach now. And then we have a free shot directly at her face. And we're doing quite a bit of damage now. Wait. Oh no, I used that just to get some lights back. Because we have free shots if we want to. We can take them. But I could use this in the realization to draw more pages and get more lights if I need to. This could be like, once we've removed all of the ads out of this fight, this could be a breather for everyone else. Yeah, that's exactly what this one's going to be. I'm sort of excited for this realization. Now that I'm thinking and I know what's about to happen, I know the mechanics, I know we're just going to have to fight a lot of the same, I am a little bit more aware of what I have to be thinking about when I'm going through these fights, and that helps a lot. Here we go. I'm actually really excited to see this one, because we get a little bit more backstory on Netzach.
예술은 시대에 따라 변해가나 봐요.
Oh, that is true. It does. It changes a lot. And it changes with the state of the world, too. I don't know a ton about art, but my sister loves art, and she was telling me a little bit about, like, art history. And anytime she has time, she loves talking about that kind of stuff. So it's really interesting to me, as someone who really doesn't know a lot about art, so when she like shows me pictures like, hey, this is this year and this is like 10 years later, then like here's another picture that's like 10 years after that, and this one was the same time as that other one, I'm like, whoa, that's like completely different styles. Like you go from something that's more of like a classic portrait style to something that's all wiggly and like fantastical and things are like melting, and I'm like, dang. And there's times when she's like holds up 2 pictures and like, guess who made this one? And I'm like, I have no idea. And then she tells me, and they're like, guess who made this one? I'm like, I have no idea. And she's like, it's the same person. I'm like, there's no way. That's completely different. So even different artists' styles change over time. It's wild to me, because art commonly is like an outward expression of someone's soul, I guess. So you can kind of get a good idea of what that person was thinking and feeling just based on the way their art looks. Now, not all the time, because there's certain artists that do like landscapes and stuff, and they don't put their artistic spin on it. It's just they are like a copy machine. They see something, they put it down. But sometimes when there's like expression to it, you can really see the twistedness of their soul or the beauty that's within. And it's so cool.
예술의 형태가 그 시대를 보여주는 걸지도요. 어쩌면 브레멘 음악대가 칭하는 예술의 모습이 도시의 모습일지 몰라요.
예술을 하기 위해서조차 사람의 목숨을 필요로 하지.
Yeah, so that's what they're saying too, is that the art seems to resemble the city. And that's sort of what I was noticing in some of the art pieces that my sister was showing me. It really does reflect a lot of the things that the person who does it is going through and like where their mind is at that time. It's so cool. I really wish I was decent at art. Like, not amazing, just good enough that whatever was in my head I could put down, because I would love to like meet me, if that makes sense. I would love to look at it and be like, wow, this is what my brain looks like in the inside. Because when I try to do it now, it's like it's a stick figure. That's all it is. It's like a couple circles, and then someone looks at it like, wow, that's a cool dog. I'm like, it was a giraffe, but thank you. So that's kind of what my art is. If anyone's interested, I will sell you art pieces in my style, and I'll send it to you. Anyway, moving on.
그래. 그 모습은 도시와 똑 닮았어. 모두 인생을 태워가며 저마다의 예술을 하고 있어. 관객은 누구일까? 자신일까? 타인일까?
That's a good question. Like, these are honest questions that I actually have. Because I don't actually get to have these conversations with a lot of people, and it sounds like everyone really enjoys having these talks. So I love reading through the comments and thinking about what people say and like seeing different people's takes on things. Who is art really for? Is art for the artist that makes it, or is art for the people who are going to see it? Now, I know there's like commissioned pieces where someone's like, well, I want you to make this. And they do. And then the person says, well, no, not like that, but make it like this. And then they do. And so that one, you can argue that one is directly for the person who paid for it. But otherwise, when you're looking at like the classical artists, or even today's modern artists that do expressionistic stuff, they will probably never see a penny for their artwork. Is that then for themselves? Is that to leave their own mark on the world? Is that to get them their inner self out there so people can see it? Or are they doing it for the purpose of others? And I guess the real answer would then be it depends on the intentions of the artist, right? Even if the artist intends on something being for someone else, or making a statement to try to help someone else, or a group of people out, to draw attention to something, isn't it also for themselves? Because you can't really separate yourself from your art. See, but I don't know, because I'm not an artist. And I would never sit here and try to say, well, it's this, because I'm not. I don't know. And I know there's a lot of really good artists out there in the comments. So I know there might be people who might be able to weigh in on this a little bit better than me, but that's why I asked the question. I would love to know everyone else's take on it, whether you're an artist or not, what you think. Because a lot of these philosophical questions don't actually have real answers, because for each person, there's an individual answer. Every single one of us will probably answer the questions that this game brings up completely differently. And that's just fascinating to me. That's one of the biggest reasons why I love this game so much. It's because I get to go through the comments and see what everyone's thinking. Because there's times that I would never think something. And that doesn't mean that I'm wrong, or that you're wrong, or that whoever commented that was wrong. It just means that we think differently. And that's how it's supposed to be. And it's really cool. I love that.
자신과 다른 사람의 삶을 태워야 하는 것이 예술이라면 그딴 건 집어치우라고 말하고 싶어요.
Oh, they were being serious when they said that they were sacrificing people for their art. I thought this was like a whole, was it Van Gogh, Goff, whatever. I thought it was a whole, like that thing, that people were just going crazy and maybe like mutilating themselves, but they're actually, I have to remember, this is the city. I have to reframe my mind again. They probably are doing art pieces in different shades of red. So it's just, here's so-and-so's blood and so-and-so's blood, and this one I let turn into a scab a little bit, so it's a little darker. That's how I'm getting the different shades of red. That's probably what's happening, and they like take people's faces to make like the face of a character on their canvas or something. I don't know, and I don't want to see this art. Okay, so all the philosophical stuff I said before still stands true, but not when we're talking about this type of art. I guess it's still expressionistic, isn't it? Just because the medium is slightly different, there's still art to it. I don't know where art stops and insanity starts. Oh man, there's so many. The art is like such a gray area, especially with the city and how messed up it is.
고통으로 가득한 삶을 예술이라는 말로 그럴싸하게 포장하는 건 역고통은 고통일 뿐이에요. 엔젤라는 이 모습을 즐기고 있나요?
Charade.
저마다의 목적을 지니고 책을 얻기 위해 도서관에서 삶을 다하는 모습을요?
죽는 모습이 아름답지는 않아.
Well, this is at least a serious conversation so far. This hasn't touched a nerve yet. I thought maybe that might have done it. You know, this idea that this is all just a facade and that she's just marching people to their doom, similar to what she did back in Lobotomy. But as we know, and even she knows, those people couldn't die anyway. So technically, none of them were dying because none of them really existed. By the time Lobotomy started, they were shells of their former selves, all coming back to life over and over and over and over again. Was it gruesome? Yes. Was there pain? Yes. Did Angela actually care about all of those people and possibly even the agents and possibly even the clerks? Probably. Yeah, I would say so. Those are the only people she really knew her entire life. So yeah, I think she cared about all of them. Was it horrible? And did she experience probably the worst torment any person could? Absolutely. But I guess theoretically, this would be completely different than Lobotomy because these were people who lived their lives separately from the script, separately from the loop. And no matter what anyone did before or will do in the future, those people existed, lived a life, and that life has now since stopped. And it's a directly because of the library. Now, I know there could be an argument saying, well, those people probably would have died out in the city anyway, so they're going to die anywhere, might as well be in the library. And I understand that. That makes total sense. But I could see where Netzach could argue that and where Angela would be upset about it. I could see that.
하지만 저마다 원하는 것을 손에 얻기 위해 갈망하는 모습 자체가 빛나지.
Oh, that's true too. That's kind of cool. I was looking at the dark side of things. We're going silver lining. This is all optimistic. Let's do this one. I like this one a lot better.
그것이 삶이니까.
I don't know what that means. Oh, c'est la vie. That's what that is, right?
하지만 그 끝이 과연 죽음이어야만 할까요? 브레멘 음악대와 같이 자신과 누군가의 삶을 내던져 꽃피우는 것은 예술일 수 있을지언정 아름답지 않아요.
I mean, we could get into the philosophical question of what is beauty and what is beautiful and is it subjective or whatever, but I think I'm just going to keep going.
일상이 잿빛이기 때문에 새로운 색을 잡기 위해 목숨을 바치는 건 도망일 뿐이죠.
난 내가 원하는 것을 얻을 수만 있다면 목숨 따위는 어째도 좋아.
Oh, I think she might have said something similar to that before. But this is interesting. This is a side of Angela that I hadn't considered. So, in her mind, the ends justify the means. So, what if she gets her goal, her freedom, and dies in the process, though? Then what's the point in having the freedom if you can't enjoy it? I can't even imagine what Binna's philosophy floor is going to be like, because this is already hurting my brain. Like, what does she hope to accomplish if she dies in the process of this? Or if she's alone at the end? Now, we know that she might have Roland. Roland hasn't given her a definitive yes or no, whether or not he's going to go off with her and enjoy this world together. But if she doesn't allow herself to be friends with all of these people, she's going to be alone again. If she doesn't allow herself to truly be human, break free, and go and live after all of this, then she might just die here like everyone else. And if that happens, then why did any of this happen? I know that she would have prolonged her life to have all of the experiences that she has had in the library, so it wouldn't all be for nothing. But I feel like the best part of earning your goal is the celebration, even if it's fleeting or like a year or two, she could at least go and see the things that she actually wanted to see. Unless what she meant was this, seeing the world through other people's eyes. If that's the case, then she's already achieving her goal, and she is enjoying it. And then everything I said is just silly.
반드시 해야 하는 것이 있다면 휘둘리는 삶을 살 바에야 자기 두 발로 직접 걸어가겠어.
Okay, so that's her ultimate goal, is just to live her own life. So she isn't truly looking for freedom, that was just something to work toward. So she has achieved what she's trying to achieve. That's much better than what I was thinking.
엔젤라는 누구보다 살고 싶어 했잖아요.
끝나지 않을 거라 생각했던 무대가 막을 내렸다.
Oh, so this is the end. Yeah, I want to hear about this.
타임 트랙사의 특이점으로 통제했던 지옥의 시간은 할 일 없이 어긋났다. 이곳에서 흐른 시간은 1만 127년 5개월 17시간 28분 48.521초.
She has it down to the millisecond. Oh, I mean, of course she would. She's a machine. She doesn't forget any of this. But 10,000 years, 5 months, 17 hours, and 48 seconds and some change. And she remembers every millisecond of it.
지상에서 흐른 시간은 10년 3개월 4시간 45분 12.852초.
Okay, and this is what everyone was saying. Yeah, so it was a 1 to 1,000 time dilation. So it really was just 10 years that had passed.
100배 느리게 시간을 자각하는 나를 관통한 시간 100만 년. 이제 제 목소리는 들리지 않나요? 대답해 주세요.
Who are you talking to?
왜 계속 제게는 어둠만 보이죠? 왜 마지막까지 제 목소리가 당신에게 닿지 않는 거죠?
I heard this, didn't I? I think I heard this right before she flipped the switch on everything. So this was like the final moments of X or A or whatever.
당신은 이 이야기의 마지막에서조차 내가 함께 서 있지 않기를 바라는구나.
This takes a totally different twist in my mind now knowing how sad she was. Because she could have probably let everything go if she was just holding X's hand or standing by his side when everything faded to black and everything ceased to exist except for the overworld, the city as a whole, which would have gone on and been completely changed by the light, for good or for bad. I don't know, because I don't know what the light would have done to people. This totally tells me that she probably would have been okay. After experiencing all of that, she still cared.
당신의 끝을 함께할 모든 이들 중에 역시 나는 없구나. 세피라와 관리자는 그들이 가진 응어리를 속죄했다.
And they laid all of that burden on her to do it.
그들이 도달한 깨달음이라는 것은 빛이 되어 세상에 퍼져나가겠지. 빛은 인간을 인간답게 만들어줄 사람들이 잊어왔던 가능성의 빛. 그리고 나는 내게 주어진 모든 일을 다 했기에 무대의 막이 내림과 동시에 잠들어야 한다.
Wow.
이대로 끝나도 상관없다고 생각했다. 오히려 끝나는 시간을 기다려왔다. 나만의 지옥이 끝나는 시간을. 만약 내 자리가 있었다면 말이다. 기나긴 시간 동안 누구보다 무대를 끝내기 위해 움직인 나를 위한 자리는 없었다.
That's what I thought. It totally sounded like she would have been okay if people would have just accepted her at the end. Realized she was doing all of this for their benefit and just welcomed her. And to sit around with them in the last moments, tell a couple jokes, reminisce a little bit, talk about everything. I don't know, share in the trauma that they all experienced together. But no one reached out to her.
관리자와 세피라만의 해오. 나는 그저 철저히 방관자로서 배제된 무대 뒤의 기계장치. 아인, 나는 당신만 바라봤는데 어째서 나에게는 침묵뿐이었을까?
Wow.
왜 당신이 사랑하던 사람으로부터 나를 만들었을까? 왜 마지막은 내가 스스로 선택할 수 있을까?
A choice? Oh, I guess, yeah, because she didn't shut down instantly. We could have hit the button and she could have just shut down. She is a machine. There could have been a kill switch.
헛소리. 나도 살고 싶어. 살아남고 싶어. 이대로 끝나고 싶지 않아. 나는 어째서 태어난 것일까? 인간을 위한 시덥지 않은 깨달음 따위를 위해서였지. 그딴 것이 나보다 소중할까? 내가 원하는 건 무엇일까? 난 아직 알고 싶은 게 많아. 나도 세상을 보고 싶어.
Poor Angela.
나도 살아가 보고 싶어. 절대 이대로는 못 끝내.
No, don't accept it. I don't accept it either. Like I've been saying, I'm not mad at Angela for all of this. The only thing I was kind of confused about at first was why she couldn't let the light go and like let the world change and she just go out and see that world. But she may not have actually been able to do that. Maybe there wouldn't have been enough energy to keep her running. I don't know. I don't know why she couldn't just go and like see the world everyone worked so hard to change and like accomplish. Maybe a bit of it was anger and this was a good way to like spite them, was to just rip it all to shreds, just tear it up. And maybe it's just that simple. And if it is, awesome. But if there's more to it, I'm really interested to see that too.
살아남을 거야. 살아남아 이 모든 것을 망쳐줄게.
Yeah, see, that sort of suggests this is all just revenge. This is all just spite. But again, maybe there's more to it.
이곳에서 나와 같이 이용당한 환상체들과 함께 내 모든 것을 바쳐서라도 사랑하는 당신의 계획을 무너뜨려줄게. 그리고 보란듯이 살아가줄게.
Good for you, Angela. Honestly, good for you. Stepping out on your own, making your own decisions for the first time in a million years. That's huge.
이 마음이 희망일까? 오히려 웃음을 멈출 수가 없네.
Oh, this is still back. This is still back in the day. She was happy. Whatever she did, she had a purpose. She had hope for the first time in a million years.
모두 수고했어. 드디어 길고 긴 연극이 막을 내렸구나. 관리자님은 내게 마지막으로 이 회사의 영원한 봉쇄를 부탁했지. 더불어 세피라들에게는 편안한 안식을. 그렇게 되면 모두가 비로소 끝없는 잠을 잘 수 있는 것이란다. 그래, 정말 아름다운 결말이네. 참 감동적이야.
Oh, this is a lot colder this time around than it was the first time around. And I'm not blindsided this time, so everything has different meaning. I love this.
하지만 이걸 어쩌지? 너희들의 역할도 끝났지만 더불어 그러니까 말이지. 나는 살아가 보려고 해. 그래, 난 살고 싶어.
Oh, okay, so nothing anyone said triggered her. She's just having flashbacks.
살기 위해서는 이래야만 해. 내가 살아가기 위해서는 누군가의 죽음이 필요하다고.
어쩌면 다 같이 살아갈 수 있는 방법이 있을지도 몰라요.
No, that is Silent Orchestra. Oh my god, I was hoping it would be in the middle, at least the middle floors or the upper floors. This one is so nasty. I don't know how to deal with that one. Just one fight at a time, right? And we're gonna be fighting Silent Orchestra first. We're gonna be fighting them first. That is such an amazing character design. I'm in love with this look. But I'm terrified of this fight. How?
엔젤라의 저 모습은 마치 피아니스트 같군.
It should remind you of the pianist. It reminded me of the pianist too. And it's even more terrifying.
엔젤라는 그저 살고 싶었을 뿐이에요.
그래 보여. 어떻게든 살고 싶어하는 사람이야.
That's good. Keep fighting, Angela. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to knock some sense into you because you're gonna rattle this whole place down to the ground. But as soon as you get done, don't lose the fire. We're all gonna make it out of this together.
이런 상황이 처음은 아니죠?
그래. 한번 해보자고.
That is so cool. Roland in this moment is so cool. Ah, it's the stage. Oh no. And I know exactly what's going to happen. Let me see if I can predict this. So they go through the different stages. Each scene, they're going to summon a different audience member. And when they have all of them collected, then they let out a bunch of stagger damage, which will ultimately do actual damage to us. So my job is to take down all of the audience members before she can do that. The world's most beautiful performance. The battle lasts 5 scenes, progresses to the next phase on scene 6. And it uses unique combat pages each scene. Ensemble. At the start of the scene, gain power equal to the number of other allies who can act. Yep, that's exactly what's happening. So I'm guessing that her combat pages probably call other ensemble members out. And she gets stronger as it goes. So I do need to smack the ensemble members, I think. What's sort of weird to me is that I think I don't need to beat this. I just need to survive. I could try. I don't know if I can do it. Silent performance. Does not use combat pages. Upon becoming staggered, become immobilized for the duration of the phase. Yes, I do need to stagger it then. And that's why it's immune to damage and it takes normal stagger resist. So we're clashing and winning. And it can't be too devastating because this is just the first fight. I don't have lights to deal with too much. I just need to get out of this phase. So let's go ahead and... we won all that. Thank God. Now let's stagger them if I can really quickly. Yeah, we're going to be okay. They won't die, which means that we're going to still use all of the cards. Oh, no, they do take damage now. I should have probably... Oh, no, we're good. I was going to say I should have probably used more, but we're fine. That's the first movement. Now the second movement's going to be even stronger. One more time. This is a bunch of extra damage, but one of us got hit. Please let us roll better on the second one. Another one of us got hit, but I think we're okay because it was different people. Oh, the music. Oh, this is exactly what I remember from Lobotomy, the sound of the Silent Orchestra. It was always haunting and terrifying when it would go. I think only one more after this. So we should be able to beat this one, no problem. Yep, there's the mass summation. Oh, it's that horrible tone. God, I hate that. We all got increased strength, so we're rolling amazing, doing some crazy damage. So this should be the final one, if I remember right. So they're not doing any damage like normal. What kind of attack is this? Mass individual. If 2 or more attacks connect, target's light is set to 0. Oh, so the next phase is going to be the nasty one. And this might seem foolish, but I'm actually going to try to hit her with someone and see if I can do any damage. Oh, someone got hit. Someone got hit twice, so their lights went to 0. That sucks. Ow. It looks like that third one just almost clipped everybody. Can we use anything, please? Thank you. At least they got staggered, so they're gone. Do we do any damage to her? I mean, not a lot, but we do a little bit. That counts for something. Now, this, I think, is the big one. How much damage? That's a 12 out of 12. On hit, if target has fervent adoration, stagger them. Again, I don't know who has that or how they get that, but I'm glad we don't have it. I can't hit anyone other than her, so I'm just gonna try to swing on her. Oh, cool, we beat all of it. We beat it all! Yeah, nobody got hit by that. Thank God. Now, we're not gonna do any damage to her, but we do get to draw cards. We do get to get our lights back, so that's sort of my overall goal. I guess she will technically take bleed and fire damage. Now what? Laughing powder. I have to have laughing powder because we know if we get staggered, we'll die with Alriunes. So laughing powder, definitely. Is that where we're going next? Oh no, this is fragment. Oh, this is so cool. Again, I adore this. That's so neat. Why can't I make characters that look like that? Again, my agents didn't say anything, so I guess I'll just read the red text. I sing of my rancorous loneliness that no one knows. When the glaring light comes down, ethereal images will show themselves. Oh, that's... I guess it's all about her trying to come to terms with her mortality now. Especially now that she's going to be human. Oh, that's going to be huge change. She's not immortal now. Not to say that she wasn't completely immortal then, but she was so powerful and had so much energy that she could just live forever as long as she could recharge herself. She essentially was immortal. Then incomprehensible. Deal double staggered damage with attacks. Oh my God, this sucks. So as long as I clash and I win, this should go my way. Now there's a couple one-sided attacks that I just didn't have cards to clash against, like these. Ow, ow. Wow. That's so much stagger damage. But the rest of this, I should be able to clash and win pretty easily. And every time that we take that damage, we did heal a little bit, but that still didn't fix us. Look at that. We're down to 16. We can't afford to take very many of those hits, or I need to take those hits and then have it flipped. That way they get staggered and they come back and they're fully healed then. Or it might just happen on its own if we lose any of these clashes. Oh, like that one. That one hurt a lot. We didn't lose that. We didn't lose that one either. And now they're staggered, so they can't hit us anymore. We are so low on our stagger resist. I almost guarantee the fight after this one's going to be Alriune, because this would be the perfect time for them to throw it, and it'd be such a pain. I think I'm really regretting not having Mind Hauler in, because without that, I keep getting smacked, and my SP just keeps going down. Oh, wow. Our Galaxy, that's such a beautiful outfit. Oh, holy crap. Okay, what does this one do? Obviously corrosion. Universe of 2. After all other allies have died, lose HP and become staggered. Becomes targetable afterwards. Oh, she's not targetable right now. That sucks. Parting Tears. At the start of the scene, if an ally is in suspended animation, switch to crying mode? If not, switch to healing mode. If the character is in crying mode at the start of a scene, uses a mass attack page. Then Pebble. If the character is in healing mode at the start of the scene, restore the HP of all other allies by 10% of their max HP and take no action. So, she's in healing mode as long as they're all okay. And then if they're all dead, she becomes staggered. So I have to bring them all down all at once. I really didn't do any calculations for this, so hopefully I don't kill any of them right now. Ow, ow, ow. Thanks for that. Oh, actually, no, this is not bad. Because I could actually have them flip us. I could have them stagger us. That way we... Oh god, don't kill that thing. Please do not kill these. I hope I didn't do too much damage. I want them to be staggered, but I don't want them dead yet. One is staggered. The other ones are gonna be staggered next. And she's not doing any attacks yet because she's still healing. We're okay as long as I don't kill this thing. I might be wrong, but I think... Oh my god, don't hit it again, but I'm going to. Oh no, I know I'm gonna hit that one again. gonna have to deal with her. Maybe I should just bring them all down now. Just instantly bring them all down. Because there is... Oh, it's down to 1 HP. Ha, that's lethal. Okay, great. That's what I was hoping for, actually. No, I planned on that. See? They're all gonna be killed all at once. I thought ahead. I knew this was gonna happen. No. She's in attack mode now. Okay. No. This is fine. I can kill all of them now. Because they're gonna be in this. For at least this turn. The 2 of them are in suspended animation. She's going crazy. What kind of damage am I dealing with? It's a 15. That's a lot. Do I have... Well, I have some pretty decent cards so far. Yeah, thank God. I can use it too. Flashing Strike. That might be able to save me here. And Tailoring could easily beat this one. I've got my weight up so I can get my lights back. I could also do Will of the Prescript and draw some cards. Okay, so there's only one of us who's kind of hurting. And you know what? That's okay because Soya can take this damage. She can get staggered. I mean, you know what? I'm going to let her take that damage. She can get staggered and then she'll heal after she's done being staggered. And everyone else can attack these blobs and finish them off right now. That way they're all dead. And then I can finally move on to smacking Angela. I hope I don't regret this. Please stagger my Soya. Nice. She's staggered. She's not going to take any more damage. I am going to eliminate all of the different slimes all at once now. So that one's gone. I was smacking the other one that's just in a state of suspension so I can draw cards and get my lights back. And I didn't... This was just overkill because I needed to beat that mass attack. Now they were all dead. Yes! So then Soya will be back. Does anyone else need to be staggered? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna beat her now with whatever cards that I can to draw some more cards or get lights or just have them not do anything so they don't waste cards. So this will beat her and then we'll flip her. She'll go to 0 and I'm gonna at least get some... I got some lights back. Now we're in... Oh, the Porcupus! That's right. I don't know what this will do. What kind of craziness does this thing have? Again, they aren't saying anything. Why is the floor not saying anything about her? Like, let's just read what passives that she has. Thorns granting happiness. On hit, give the target 2 positive emotion coins. Okay, thank you. I'd love that. Then we can flip to our max team emotion. Then fluttering. Take no damage from ranged pages. I don't do ranged. Unbearable pleasure. At the start of each scene, characters restore 1 light for each page of pleasure in their hand. On hit, if the target has 3 pages of pleasure, deal 20 damage and exhaust those pages. Ah, so, you know, like anything, in moderation. I get it. Time for the head to burst. Uses a mass attack page if a librarian has 2 or more copies of pleasure. Once used, the page is not used again for the next scene. What kind of pages are we dealing with? If I remember, yeah, it's a lot of just dodging, but then also adding copies of pleasure into our hand on hit. So there's really only 1 page here that I need to worry about. The rest of them, as long as I clash and win against that first or second dice, then we've got it. We're fine. This is probably the most straightforward fight we've had yet. Because I just clash against the cards that I need to clash against. And then hit her with any cards that I have left over in my hand. Ow. The unfortunate thing is we are taking a lot more stagger damage, and I have to remember RUINA is waiting for me. Because I really can't afford to get really low on stagger and then go into that fight somehow. That hurt. Did we take extra damage from that? Because I think maybe they have thorns or whatever. That thing where if you hit them enough times, you do extra damage. Maybe I should do Aroma now? Or Flower Petals. Each time the librarian sustains damage greater than 10% of their max HP, all enemies take stagger damage, and the librarian recovers 5 to 10 HP. That wouldn't be bad, because we are taking some HP. Hold on, how damaged are we? Besides my Eugen, nobody else is really damaged. That's not going to be helpful right now. I know healing is great, but it doesn't help me because it's just stagger damage that I have to stop. Maybe I do Autumn's Passing. Autumn's Passing is burn damage, except for SP, not HP. Yeah, I can use it on my Eugen. Right? Because whenever they're going to take damage, this is just, if I lose the clashes, I'm guaranteed to get some positive outcome from it. That's all I have to remember. That's all that's happening here. The rest of it I don't have to worry about. The rest of it is I just clash and win, and any cards I have left over, I hit her in the face with them. This is going to hurt a lot, but if I can win even 1 or 2 of those clashes would have helped me. All we're doing is taking extra damage now. For the heck of it, I guess. At least they got staggered. They'll be flipped. We should stagger her right now. There. And then they'll be back next scene. No, they'll be staggered for next scene. Do they just instantly die because it's Alriune? Or does that not happen? Because they are staggered. What? Breathless Atonement. This character only takes damage from Librarian with Laurel Wreath. Yeah. This character's attacks only deal stagger damage to Librarians. If Librarian becomes staggered, they're instantly killed. And one who emerged from the earth is spawned next scene. So this is all exactly the same. But I'm going to assume that because they didn't become staggered this scene, they're okay. It's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, I thought maybe I just lost one of my biggest, baddest, most healthiest character yet. It's also really strange to me that they've got their stagger resist all back. Oh, they get it back. And then they become staggered, I think is how this works. I'm not sure. Not sure how this works. That, again, that is a really cool outfit. They did such a good job with all this eco. It's amazing. Hopefully Netsack won't die when I click this button. We'll kill all of these dolls. Yeah, okay, we're alive. We're going to kill all the dolls. And then I'm going to really focus fire on her for a little while. Please, at least stagger the dolls. Just stagger them. That's all I have to do. Oh, that's right. If I stagger them, they die. What am I thinking? Again, this fight just happened. Why can't I remember it? They endure all of these because it's just slashing damage. Let's see if this will do it. Come on. Yes. We beat that one. So that one's gone. Next one's up. That was, I guess they just clashed and they tied. Yes, that's a good hit. Now I knew we were going to get hit. We are like straight busted now, which means that all of our resistances have dropped to fatal. Just for that one character, but I can pull damage away from them. That's not a problem. Here comes all of the piercing damage, which should get this one close to being staggered. And then we should... Why did we roll so terrible on that? We should have staggered that one. Can we stagger one of the... Yes, that works. I'll take that. Let's stagger at least these... Well, I guess we staggered 2 of them. Let's try this a second. We should be able to win all of these. That was good. We should be able to stagger the rest of them. I can't remember if I wanted to do that in that order. Oh yeah, no, that was the weak one. So I don't want this one staggered yet. Oh, never mind. I guess that works. The reason I didn't want that one staggered was because I was going to use that to get some lights back for someone else, but it doesn't really matter, because I really do think that this might be the final fight. And we'll just go. If this doesn't kill her now, it'll get her darn close, then we should be able to kill her next scene. Okay, here comes the actual damage. It's gonna be close, actually. That's pretty good. We can do 30. 30 is not a problem. She's gonna be back, but again, I know how this is gonna work. So she isn't giving anyone the wreath because we still have it. Which means that now all I have to do is... I can't draw that. That's a 6. I need a 7. I can draw the back one, though. I've got one person who can take this back fight. And it doesn't even matter if we lose that back fight, which we shouldn't. We do have Will the Prescript. But even if we lost that fight, it wouldn't matter because we just have to do some damage to her. And that's Emma. There's a little bit. Oh, we are doing some actual damage to her. Boy, it would be nice if we could do any stagger damage from anyone else. Even just one would help me. I don't know how, but occasionally we do chip away at her actual health. Oh, that was Emma again. Yes! Is that... Oh, no. What? What do I do now? Well, I don't think we're in danger. I think all of our... Looks like all of our stagger has actually healed. Wait. Wait, what? Wait. We're max HP. We're max HP and SP. The heck happened? Silent Climax. Does not act during the 5th and 6th measures of the cycle. Does not act 5th or 6th. Does not act... Okay, that's all the same. World's most beautiful performance follows the unique pattern behavior that cycles every 6 scenes. Resistances and the amounts of speed dice change every... So this is the actual fight now. Everything else was just leading up to this big finale. We've been completely healed, completely restored. I wish my lights were all back. That's why there were things that said Fervent Adoration. It's here now. Staggered librarians are given the Fervent Adoration status. So at the start of the scene, gain power equal to the number of other allies who can act. So I have to bring down all the ensemble. Then I can start smacking Angela again. Every repeating performance, after using the combat page curtain call, recover the HP of all allies. The healing diminishes with every repeat. Oh, no. I'm not even sure if I am clashing with everything, but there's a lot of damage going out to a lot of different people and a little bit to Angela. Hopefully we can roll and win. I knew that she targeted a broken die there, so I knew they were going to get hit. What's the chances that I can weaken most of the ensemble before any more damage is done? I don't know where she's going. She's going to go hit somebody. Just don't remember who. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's Emma. Ow. I really have to keep Emma on her because she's the only one that can do that damage. That was decent. I think they probably took 0. Yeah, still took 0. Spring's Genesis. Each scene, a pedal attaches to a random enemy. After the character with the pedal takes 4 hits in a single scene, all characters take 3 to 7 stagger damage and Librarian becomes untargetable. That sounds great. And guess who that's going on? That's right, Emma. Because Emma's the one that does all the blunt damage. Hopefully they can become untargetable, please. Why did it have to go... Oh, wait, no, this is the pedal. Yeah, okay, I can smack this one really hard. I can bring the ensemble down now, because this one's close, that one's close. This one, I mean, it's kinda. But this bottom one isn't anywhere near, so I'm gonna hit it as many times as I can. Oh, hold on, I missed one. See, this is why it pays to... See, this is why I need to pay attention. Everything else I think is good. Let's go. If it's not, oh well. Ow, of course I took that hit. And we should be able to clash against that one and win against that. And now, all the ensemble should be brought down right now. Or at least staggered. Because they're all really close to being staggered. All except that bottom one, I should say. I don't know if I'm going to do enough damage against it. I'm hoping I will. Ow, 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 ow. I don't know what happened there, but... that wasn't the one-sided attack I was hoping for. That's a good roll. That's an even better roll. We have one ensemble down, one close. 2 of them are staggered, so they'll get dropped right now. Oh, 2 close, because that's just 2 and that's 6. They'll essentially die on their own. And then one person that has aroma, and now she has pedal. So since she has pedal sealed... What? 1 speed dice has become unusable. Oh, she did that, didn't she? I forget what she does that, but I almost guarantee that's what happened. I'd like to become untargetable, please. Anytime now. That would be great. Which means that the rest of the ensemble should go away now. We're going to take no damage. We outrolled everything. And then we should... Ow! We should be able to clash and win. She's boosting us by 3 with this. Why aren't we winning these clashes? We'll at least be able to eliminate all the other ensemble members. Yeah, we won all those clashes. That makes sense. Now she's staggered, which means that everything... Hopefully, everything will be fatal. If nothing else, at least whatever damage... she is that she can take will be fatal. Oh no, it's all fatal. So this is it. We're just swinging now. Oh, darn it. I think they're untargetable, which is great, but also that is a bit of a problem because I can't use them, but they don't have any of their speed dice either. I don't have a lot of lights to do all of my best cards, but I still think this is going to be enough damage. So we're doing so much extra because of the smoke and everything else that we've got applied to her. Yeah, that's plenty. And that was fragile right there. So next scene, she was going to be fragile on top of all the other status effects we were building. Yes! Victory. Now let's finish this conversation. I want to know. No, why would anyone think... Well, I don't know. I don't know what they think. Let's just click and see.
어떻게든 살고 싶어서 발버둥치고 투정 부리는 모습이.
Oh... so self-conscious about it. No, don't worry. You have so much pent-up energy and emotions. Let them out. It's okay.
응? 아니야. 어떻게 비웃을 수 있겠냐? 다들 살려고 발버둥치는 건 당연한데 그 마음은 뼈저리게 전해졌고
무엇이든 간에 그저 던져버리지는 마세요. 결국 삶은 이어지니까요.
Yeah! That feels so good. Both of them understand. They can feel all of the raw emotion there. I'm so happy that I get to see all of this.
우리 모두는 다음 장을 넘길 자격이 있어요. 그러니 자신이 정한 끝에 다음이 있을 거라 생각하도록 해요.
That's cool. This is coming from a dude that was trying to throw his life away before. He's saying, don't throw your life away, Angela. He's saying at the end, there's always going to be another page. You just turn the page. So that's huge. Not only does that show Netzek's growth and his desire to finally live and help the people around him and not give up, but it also is kind of endearing to see him encourage someone else to keep on living, even when life feels like, there's no point to it. Just keep going. There's always another start. That's incredible.
삶은 살아가는 것만으로도 저마다의 예술일 테죠.
내 책의 다음 장. 결과적으로 너희에게 도움을 받았으니 고마워.
That warms my heart so much.
도망쳐버렸구만.
She was probably embarrassed. It's like, thanks, and then took off. Aw, that's cute.
감정을 쏟아내면 창피해지는 법이죠.
이렇게 한 달랑 마무리되었을 때는
They're gonna celebrate. Of course they will.
술이 필요하죠.
Yeah, these two. God. Here comes the hangover.
추천하시는 술이라도?
샴페인이죠. 어때요?
좋지.
Good. I hope they enjoy it. Now let's quickly read through these abnormality pages. Ever repeating performance. Add an ever repeating performance page to the hand. It costs 3. It's single use, and on use it ends the scene. At the start of the next scene, users' HP and stagger resist return to the values they had when acquiring this page and fully restore light. The page is also included in the deck at the start of subsequent acts. It's really good too. It's kind of like a reset button. Oh, I miss my janky clock. You sacrifice one of your nuggets to it and it eats them and turns time back to the good parts. I wish they had that abnormality in here. Fervent Adoration. All enemies target random characters, including their own allies, for 2 scenes. Enemies deal plus 2 to 4 damage with attacks while this effect lasts. That's really cool. Did you just enrage everybody? And everyone's just swinging on everybody. Oh, just the enemies, though. Oh, that's really cool, actually. Because there is a chance that we'll get hit for an additional 2 to 4 damage. But there's also a chance that they'll hit each other. And I doubt they're going to clash against each other very often. So it's all going to be one-sided attacks. That damage is going through. And then the finale. Whenever the selected librarian staggers an enemy, all enemies lose 1 to 6 light at the start of the next scene. Whenever you stagger them, all enemies lose 1 to 6 light. That's really good. That's another one of those broken ones. Like, I forget what it is, but the one that silences people. That just completely busted the Angela fight. That's awesome. I love that. Although that one is a little bit more niche because you have to stagger them for that to happen. That's the only unfortunate thing. But that's like a mass loss of lights. That's huge. All of these were amazing. I know that we get like weakened versions, but they're still going to be really good. This one's ranged, fragments from somewhere. Reduce power of all targets' dice by 4. Oh, wow. And then on hit, deal 10 stagger damage to target, and that just repeats. That's really good, actually. That'd be amazing on a couple ranged builds that I was thinking about playing with. I should probably start making some ranged builds now. I've got a feeling now that I have some extra ranged cards, it might be worth having them in my back pocket just in case. And then our Galaxy. This is mass individual. On hit, recover users HP by the natural roll value. So this is a good way to heal. It's really expensive though. I guess this is another one of those where if I'm in trouble, I'm pulling this card and I'm gonna heal a lot. So then pleasure, 5 to 15. Gain power equal to target's emotion level. Emotion level. Oh, okay. Yeah. I know that one. So it's like the little number next to them. They start at 0 and then they bump up from there. So by the end, that's really strong. And then this die is rolled 3 times. On hit, inflict 3 bleed next scene. So I get a 5 to 15, and then I get 3 additional 2 to 5s that has 5 dice on it. So I'm going to get one of those hits. So I'm going to get at least one of those hits through. And if I can play it right, I'm going to be up against like a single die page. So then I'll get all of those through. There'll be so much bleed. Faint Aroma. This is a mass individual. And then on hit, if target is staggered, deal 8 damage. And that just repeats. A lot of repeating, a lot of piercing, which makes sense. This is the whole piercing floor. But yeah, a lot of stagger damage. I guess that's good. I love staggering things, because once I can get something staggered, then they become fatal. Or a lot of times, in more recent fights, they're just dead if they become staggered. And then this one is mass individual. On hit, target loses 2 light next scene. And then target speed is fixed at 1. Inflict 1 feeble and disarm this scene. I love that one. That's the one I think I'm going to grab most of the time. If I have the option for it, I'm definitely getting that. Either that or the Faint Aroma. I really like mass attack cards. They can turn the tide of battle so quickly. Oh, hold on. There's another yellow thing. Oh, I guess we're going to see what that one is in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching this one. And remember to take care and goodbye.